Hello, brother folks, welcome back to Sci-Fi, and this is another weekday live stream of world building and 3D character making, stylized, and rigging in this case. So, soundtrack finally got a decent player or audio software. If you don't know, VLC player, of course, very versatile, a bit difficult to learn how it works, but there's a lot of content out there, so it works to learn a bit of its functionalities. Anyways, here let's get back to the file. So this is Aisha, original character I'm making. There's some problems still of something that is happening to this tip of the nose. Yeah, so this is happening because of some strange interaction with the shrink wrap modifier of the... Yeah, probably this is happening because the muzzle... Hold on, it's too loud for me. The muzzle ghost, which is behind, it is too subdivided, and for this kind of case, this peculiar mesh of the tip of the nose. Okay, this is the real one. So for this particular sharp nose there, this amount of subdivisions may be causing some trouble. So if I keep just... yeah, it is behind. So let's say I change. Let's see what will happen here. Of course I need to turn on. Select from the outliner, it will be easier, right? Here with Alt, hold Alt also works. And then the reduce this. Yeah, we see that it actually, I was wrong. So the subdivision, well, not so wrong. There's okay, so there's something. This is... okay, so it's not so much about this. Could be the waves. No, the waves don't seem to do anything. So it's also not anything about the mirror modifier. So the tricky thing is that in order to manipulate this kind of mesh, what is the edge crease here? Yeah, it's the same. So let's try to see. Could be that the waves here are not... yeah, so I could try to pick this mesh here and see the results of the shrink wrap muzzle in real time, and maybe the armature as well. Yeah, and the subdivision as well. Yeah, let's try this. Yeah, we see that on edit mode we don't see any change. Okay, so maybe this was an expected behavior, so this was useless, but we can wait, hold on. I'm confused now. So is this the wire mesh? Again, edit mode. Okay, let's concentrate. So here is the again edit mode and looks like I think I start to understand, but doesn't make too much sense. But yeah, there's this shrink wrap value here which is probably causing the behavior. So it's like it's as if I would have to shrink wrap this directly because of the character model, right? So I didn't use to... I see, so this is tricky, right? Or alternatively, we tried not to include this feature. I see that doesn't seem to be too problematic for this part, but maybe it is. But essentially here it really affects the character design in a terrible way. So if I so it was 0.4, right? Which is a lot. 0.04 or 0.04 as they say. And this is too much, right? And then for some reason, yeah, the mesh starts to reorganize. Maybe this could be solved with an additional face loop or a different mesh geometry there. The problem is that if I do this now, I don't have the... Yeah, so... Of course, there is also something strange that would happen. Right, there is also some huge distortion. So the idea would be not to, because of the character design and the mesh topology or mesh geometry, I just can't. So if I go halfway, so instead of 0, let's look at this. Doesn't fit well enough, so let's, but it's much better, right? It's, I already don't have, this could be acceptable. But maybe 0.01 is the way to go. Alright, so Control Shift, actually let's do a Shift Control Alt I. This is be an incremental. It was 50, now it's 51. I've made this shortcut, so the other one in my this crappy Windows 11 wasn't working. It was interacting with some shortcut that I couldn't shape, right, that I couldn't change, so for no reason. Anyways, why are those data here? Extra, no, statistics, I don't need that. All right, so these are just more of the alright, so if I make change to the mesh anymore, so this I'm gonna, yeah, check this out, folks. Let's make a highlight. It's sort of a stupid thing, but not stupid, just very, very noobish thing. Check this, folks. I've just found out that if I have a shrink wrap muzzle here, it was like 0.04, and I'm having serious trouble because of the subdivision and the shrink and how it works with the expanded mesh in regarding to this where it is, this ghost mesh that is inside there, right? And then you see that the shape here, the problem is very complicated to see because if I go on edit mode, if I turn off the mirror modifier, it affects sometimes the mesh. Okay, and so I found out that just by reducing this shrink wrap value here, I get rid of these artifacts, but then it is not shrink wrapped at the distance that I wanted. So maybe here would be the case to have more. You see, this is horrible. This is, so 0.04 isn't good. Halfway would be acceptable. Here also we got some trouble. It gets not very sharp. 0.04, about there, so it was not good at all. I was trying to fix, but I didn't know exactly the culprit. So the trick here, not the trick, but one thing, I've decided to place it just 0.01. So for object modifiers and even bone constraints, now that we can name those things, and so sometimes I want to reuse these values or take ref, and if I just have them inside the object modifier might not be very good, so why not placing it here, right, something like that. So now I know that this is the of course you can get confused, but this is usually interesting. So now I know that the shrink wrap muzzle is using this value like by default on my setup, rig setup. And I can convert this to not forget, because you know there can be tons of things going on, so this is a good way to, I believe, to keep track of whichever fundamentals we find out in the rig directly in the blend file. Another way of course would be to take notes, but I don't have practice with that, so this inside Blender UI, I mean, right? So this seems to be a quick solution, so be aware that can help, and that will be helpful for me to remember every time that I will try to work from this shrink wrap modifier and then fit the other stuff in according to it. For example, how I scale or I shrink this mesh, right? With Alt S, it is shrink, so you can shrink on a certain value. You got the idea, right? That's the strange highlight, but maybe can be useful. Alright, so the problem is now I have changed this shrink wrap thing. and because of that it could be that the rest position and the rest pose got messed up, and they did, as we can see. So this is what we can call nightmarish. And but I've already solved that once or many times, so this shouldn't be a problem. Remember, double click the collection and then I get everything on it, which is just the armature object, and so now I get back the bones. So let's see, yeah, all these bones, let's see what will get affected by this swapping. Okay, so pose mode, what happened is, or object mode, what's happened is that these bones, they are, yeah, so basically what happens is that if I try to bring this back as it were, the mesh was further away, and by being further away it affects the shrink wrap bone constraints on certain bones, right? Or not? Well, no, not that. Of course, because the shrink wrap, this mesh is the one moving, so it doesn't lead any bone. I don't have this kind of setup where the mesh can lead bones, but the other mesh can lead bones, the ghost one in this case. Not through parenting or bone constraint, but through, yeah, bone constraint, but shrink wrap bone constraint. So this mesh can lead bones, or not lead, they can affect the positioning of the bones, but the mesh is not changing through the scale. So what really happens is that just the mesh of the face got displaced, and now this positioning for these bones and their bone constraint is not savvy. And so to try to solve that, I need to look for every bone which has got bone constraints of the kind of the shrink wrap, right? So here I won't touch these. Yeah, so there's no shrink wrap here. Yeah, so there's nothing, I guess. Yeah, that would have, but I think this is, no, this is senseless. Yeah, this is not necessary, so okay. So here we have some issues to solve. We got, this shouldn't even be meant to be posed at this point. Yeah, it can have small tweaks anyways. Arcades, not important. Why do I have the arcades here? Let's leave them at the bottom. Okay, so not the jaws. Jaws is the, yeah. Muzzles, no, not this. Just making sure, yes. So essentially, the arcades are moving, yes, so this is bad. The lips are moving. this can be bad, because then I have to fix. These ones are not moving. Oh, the deaf bones are moving because of some. No, they are moving naturally. This is, I've made that by default. It's just that their positioning are matching apparently. So that should work. Yeah. We see that they are not symmetrized though. No, it's not the symmetry. It's the just. They seem to be a bit slightly displaced there. This one's in the corner, so I have this. Just gonna rematch. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. Okay, they seem to be aligned, but there might be a little problem there, so let's try to fix that. Creating a new bone just to get an easy alignment here. Hide everything. Oh yeah, let's make a highlight here apparently. Yeah. Looks like I have some strange slight unalignment in these bones. So one way to solve this, make sure we are in one of the visible collections. I have deform and control bones, but everything seems to be a bit displaced here on edit mode, right? Rest position. So just make any 3D cursor here, Shift A, let's add a bone, because now this bone starts aligned with world space already. So just RX 90 degrees, here Alt F, Alt R, and so I've inverted the bone, right? This makes it lose all its parenting, but this is just a random bone just for managing these orientations. Switch direction, right? And then I've made the reset rotation somewhere that I don't find. So and then it will reset the roll, right? So I can just fix that. And so now I can pick everything and have this as the active, and Control Alt A, align every bone. So you see they all have been aligned, and I can delete this one, except that yeah, I can already delete, so there's the use for that. I see there's plenty of strange, so here maybe I use, who knows, yeah, just without this vertex. I'll just try to, because I'm using this stuff here, I will just hide one side. They will work on their own, so I just pick maybe this one and try to match. Can already hide this. Also, let's work just for one layer at a time. Okay, it was just for the side bones. The rest is just. So why I have this separation here, just a tip, is that this is a warp map system, so that the bones of the lips, this can be done in any place of the body. Basically, the four bones, they have a rest position, but which is this one, and they will be warped immediately to, as we got in pose mode or object mode, because of the rest position of the control lips or the tweak lips here. So yeah, so this is a warp bone system. So how this is made in this case is very simple. It's just each bendy bone, each deformed bone is parented to its respective tweak bone, parent of set, and then there will be other ways, but I do like this. And then we have just, for example, for this one, just a copy transforms warp. It is just replaced, so we cannot move the deformed bone anymore. It will be moved by the respective tweak. Pose spaces is better because it will prevent rescalings of the armature to affect because pose space is for the skeleton, right? The armature mesh object orientations axis, so it will not depend on the world but on the local space of the armature object. So this is safer for 3D character in principle. And so the bone that controls that deformed bone is this one, or maybe it was the other, doesn't matter, it's one of the two. Alright, going back here. With this align set, I think we don't suffer anymore from very, very odd. Now here they seem to be, it's as if the armature itself was tilted. No, all is zeroed out. Oh, maybe this yeah, it's an effect already on. Okay, I got it. Maybe they are. I see what's going on. So it doesn't matter I just need to yeah, so it's because I just need to reposition either one of them, it doesn't matter. They have some slight displacement, so just pick one bone by one. I just need to reposition them because I'm using this, so as soon as I pose it will align with the other side. Because it wasn't visible, I wasn't able to, I've hidden them, I wasn't seeing that the problem persisted. Not the alignments here, this is another problem. So here just, so I'll pose each one of these bones just slightly, or I could just move it in place, right? So, but I think this is okay. This small change won't do anything. And same thing here. So G click, left mouse button click, G left mouse button click, G left mouse button click, G, and so I can start hiding after this is solved. Yeah, this shouldn't I shouldn't need to hide the other. So apparently now this is correct. Right. Okay, and it's time to should have checked my to-do list today. Let's see what we can do here. So there are a lot of things I've done, but essentially we are already remake the anatomic lips shape key. That should be a good challenge at this point, because this will highly improve the appeal of the character design and the poses. We can already test those right away. Then there would be those shape keys there. We could already attempt those, but this is not all the work that I have to do. I have another list that I don't have here. I'd have to share a little about that. Let's see here. Okay, but first we need to fix this, right, folks? So there will be yes, this over clipping here is probably not a problem. So we'll go step by step here. So I need to, this is an armature thing at this point. These bones, they all have shrink wrap, right? And the shrink wrap, it's 0. So and it's outside, so it means that yeah, they are moving because they are following something else. So this is right. I place them outside so I can control tweak the lips outside. I can pull the lips, or not pull inside, but at least not push inside, but at least pull outside. And this can have many usefulness in posing, but of course we cannot do this kind of rotations. This is typical disruption of the mesh through the skinning algorithm, skinning method, as we know it, or should know at this point. So here is the problems, is that I have this bone now is not, it needs to be, yes, so all of them has shrink wrap. Oh, you see the distance there? Yeah. So even these ones, they got shrink wrap. Yeah, and they're all using some axis. Okay, this use the normal. These all, even these one. Okay, the value for these ones are different. So this I probably won't touch. But probably you should reduce them because I've changed the, yeah. So it was 0.4, so I'll just get a negative 0.03. So sort of equivalent. So this will be a little better. And now for these ones, for everything, negative 0, minus actually 0.01. Alt enter. Okay, I need to use the extend. There we go. Negative minus 0.01. No, wrong. Minus 0.03, folks. There we go. And now it should be safe, right, to apply. Well, maybe it's not safe, but we have to readdress this madness of the apply rest position, right? Because now they are not matching, but I want this new rest position for these bones. If I turn off this shrink wrapping for these bones, if I turn off, what is happening? I turn off, this bone moves up. Why is it going that? Oh, maybe outside surface. Above surface. Would that make difference for this bone? No, it doesn't. It's doing something to the bones, but I'm not sure. So usually I would use that, right? So I don't know the details. So here, yeah, so it's all about the what should be the real zero for this. So turning this off, it goes there. Of course this goes there because this was its, so I want actually 0 here, and that's it. But you see that the mesh is, the real mesh is beyond 0.01. This is a safer distance, right? It seems to match. So this is where I would like to have this applied. So let's use now, change all this to, yeah, all outside surface. Let's change this to 1, hold, and now everything there has moved, include these ones, but these ones, they are moving the tweak bones, right? For the lips, we need them to actually outside, but outside 0.01. I'll enter. Right? No, apparently I don't know what happened to this bone, what it had to do with the lips. Oh, it's the affected this valuating. Yeah, those ones maybe a bit special, so not a problem right now. Let's see. It has a different alignment, right? So why I don't need this. Yeah. Zero 0.6. Yeah, let's leave this, even though I just want to have. Yeah, probably we want them to be moving in sync, so we'll have to accept this 0.01. It's just the bones that I need to reposition. So let's save here, and so let's start to apply this method. So all the bones actually, yeah, so I hope this won't do anything crazy. So we're gonna save here, we're gonna apply for, if the theory is correct though, if I apply this, bones which are parented to it should follow, such as looks like that we are missing some parent. Is this master malposition? Oh, it's because all the heads are there, so this is why we don't see, but there's a lot of parenting lines there. Okay, this doesn't follow directly, so these are secondary, but they are still in a chain of offset disconnected parenting. So let's do this. Pose, apply, and select as rest pose. We see that has affected all the parented bones, even the ones there. It looks like that the, I'll check if this is true for the, yeah, even these bones were affected. But what about the lips deforms? We got some displacement there that is very bad, so So what to do would be perhaps to try to manually change these positions. We barely can touch anything here, right? So we'll have to replace them. So okay, let's redo this. So now all these bones are static. The jaws are suffering some strange yeah, because the arcades are changing. I need to apply this, probably this, right? This is happening because of action, maybe? Yeah, I'm in the middle of action. No. Well, maybe we could keep those for now, yeah. Alright, so it's just I need to... Why this is moving? It's hard to think what is responsible for... Yeah, it's the bone. Clearly, but what is moving these bones? Apparently in relation that this is the leading bone, the other are bone constraints which... Oh, this one. They are not affected by action. Weird. And they were keyframed, right? So okay, so get this and this, no, this and this. Control C, copy selected constraints action, then just pick. Bring this to the top. It's the same bone constraint. It's just the, yeah, it's all the same thing, I guess. Target, yeah, it's all about some this control bone that, no, this one which it's all about moving this to the side, and it should now change the bones of the yeah, this bone is definitely moving in some way, and I need to make a keyframe in between animation. So make the action non-linear, which would be better. So now they are doing this, right? Let's just get them and symmetrize. Now, so there is something, okay, have to this doesn't fix the arcade's problem. Maybe I have some bones to reset? No. Okay, so I'm missing some. These are parental control jaw top. Oh, that's it. There are bones that are not appearing. There. It's something that I forgot to set up properly. Yeah. Okay, folks, so I have to look at this. Basically, this is just a bone, you can match it there, I guess. And then reset this stretch too. Yes, this is correct. And now just well, not correct, it's just working. As for this one, they share the same mouth center. Yeah, that should work. Let's see if the mesh of the character is anyhow close to, is not suffering from certain terrible disruption. Yeah, there's terrible clipping there. I need to investigate what that's for, but anyways. Oh, some usually you don't need all those up there. Yeah, the deep bones are misplaced, so I need to urgently fix that. This one moves the jaw and the lips. Here just the lips. The jaw, not the arcades. This too, it controls the arcades. We can hide this for now. And we have some terrible clipping there. So I need perhaps a better system to prevent this. This is a character design thing. This is wave painting for the top lip, I guess, in this region. The shading is not very far from ready, right? No, not super far from ready. It's just I need to rethink the way I'm doing it. It's too over complexified here. I want something well, more texture like. Yeah, so maybe the compositor is something that I need to work on. Yeah, work on the compositor might help. So let's make some compositing tests here just to see if we can reach anything of interest here. So meanwhile, Shift F3. Long time I don't. Remember always. Right, so this is a contrast, so you're using this. Let's switch. No, this is too much, right? So let's try this one then. This is like ludicrous. It's usually not what we want. Can be helpful for some special circumstance, but it's very hard to produce great results with that. At least I partially find that. Okay, so here we have this. This is a little lighter but contrasted. The names here do not, and contrast ballooned. Let's see this one. Yeah, this is too much. Alright, so let's make a new one. Maybe I want something subtler. Oh, this. Of course, I need to connect, not this one, of course, but wait, this is not, perhaps not a terrible idea. Double connect this. Okay, it's certainly difficult to achieve something with this. Yeah, no, let's not do that. Let's bring this one. Another way perhaps is to reduce the influence of the shader to right. Like shift F3. There's the skin shader. So this fact here. This is pure shader and this is pure color. So if I do not use anything, we got something that is a bit pale and not very interesting. However, I can start trying to play with this, right? So let's try this one. Okay, of course not. So let's go back here and let's test the comparison between the original one and this brighter. Okay, then this middle term and this. Okay, so this is still better. I would call this mini. No, this is like 70 mix shader. Mix igual. Yeah. Mix shader. Auto can even understand this, yeah, so for mix, okay, that yeah, so the idea is to give some brightness, some lighting on the without it, yeah, we don't want something that doesn't have any lighting or something totally grayed out like that. Or something with that high amount of brightness. No, we want something more has some shininess, natural lighting, cannot be too dark like that, but if it is like this, maybe we can improve a bit of the lighting. We should. The other materials, they are not being worked out, so. And here, this is a more gradual. This is large, so can always. I don't know, so I'll just save this. Alright, let's go back. It's a bit heavy for posing right now. Probably considering also the stream, not just the shading. I was sort of tired, probably you were much more tired than me about the previous results of the shading, so now I have something a bit more interesting. And yeah, so let's fix those annoying mouth. So basically it's the what is moving is this, yeah. So we're gonna do these positionings here. First the quick bone, so here an idea for snapping face project, snap target for individual elements. And these bones are facing not align rotation to target, so include non-edited. Okay, so there is something that can be done about that. Aha! So alright, so this deserves a highlight. So folks, I have to reposition these control and deform bones on the lips because they are causing a lot of problems. They were indirectly repositioned, so I'll start with doing this. And there's a technique, you know, that now I've made them looking backwards, all of them, for a specific case use of the snap tool. So we're gonna snap here, and for example I use face project. You see that this happens individual origins. I'm include non-edited, so I'm maybe this is no, yeah, so I don't know what exactly would be this for. I just know this is for the mesh that is behind, whatever. But then here in this case we got this face snap closest to face instead of face project. No align rotation to target because I don't want this thing to happen. So I just want this. So now if I position this ball like on the top lip here, or maybe even here, you see that it starts to snap. Let's see, I place this exactly in this face here, you see what will appear there, and the bone maintains its alignment. Now let's place it here. You see it move forward. So this is a good way to deal with that. However, I'll have to make this, but just gonna save here. Alt F. No, not Alt F. I don't want to destroy the party. Let's do rescale it on the opposite side, just like that. So this apparently also would work. Yeah, it doesn't displace the bone, so it was. They can be positioned forward, I guess. That can work too with this technique. So just now a question of repositioning the click bones. So basically I just want these click bones to be, I want to make the mouth closer on the rest position, on the pose position, sorry, the rest pose. So, and of course I want these alignments. So here GZ, I'm having some problem here. Maybe pick one by one. Okay, so here we've got a critical problem with the snapping in the center of symmetry. I don't know what. Anyways, this can be a transforms. These ones are a bit annoying because I want to be exactly at the center, but okay, because I really don't know about this struggling here. But okay, get here and maybe just move it. Oh, I need to change here too. Tail and for both tail and head. Okay. Yeah, I just have trouble with the when we try to lock an axis. Unfortunately, this is just for the central ones. Now this is the easy life. Well, this is for the same position here, folks. So it's a double lip, so you can split. I don't know, just got this idea recently. They have similar waves. One is for the top, the other for the bottom. Okay, so this will be the rest position. We can probably work more with this, maybe closer. This is very arbitrary. Essentially, it's how we want the mouth to be on the rest pose. And now I have to also do this for the deformed bones. So except that now the deformed bones, they need to match exactly what I see, not what I want to be doing. And I'm using the symmetrized thing, so that will be simpler. I want to place this exactly at the joints. in this case the joint is an edge loop, and now the annoying ones, right? So I'm not gonna try to pose them at the center, although yeah, trying to do this, and then I fix this 0 thing, although it won't be perfect because that small displacement, no problem. Somewhere like here, right? And Z and Z. Okay, this one seems to have worked. And now, by having changed those, can go back in pose mode, and that happens. So now this is fixed once more time. And we can, of course, deform the lips. Make some cool expressions. We don't need the deformed bones here. Alright folks, that's for the highlight. Alright, so with this melt reposition, melt bones reposition, let's see. Curvature extricate. Okay, so I remember. So let's get back to the action bone constraint of the so you need the jaw thing. No, not the jaw, not the muzzle, the mouth rig and the arcade thing. So I want to get the action bone constraint. So let's get in the auto arcades. No keyframing right now. This is the action, but I want to have an in-between action for only the arcade bones. That is only for this, and this. Turn this on. Maybe on let's see from a top view what is happening here. Yeah, so I want some curvature, so let's make a Control T. And this might take some time, but alright. I've heard you can change nowadays the motion path colors. Or maybe it is Blender 4.3, maybe not yet. I don't know. Anyways, not just to do the motion path from here. So here let's disable some stuff. I'm going to keyframe yeah, just in case. Let's keyframe yeah, 15. Okay, insert keyframes, then and I need to invert that. Control C, Control Shift V. No. Alright, maybe that is fine then. I want now to change this path to something which is not very clear. Yeah, let's change like here. I don't see the curvature of this. Oh, maybe I needed to, okay, to pause. There we go. There is no, now it should be working. Okay, so this just something like that I want, but not this control curve. This motion pads here are just annoying me. So let's just do. Very basic here. You see that some bones there are not matching. I don't know what's happening. Probably some stupid keyframe, so probably I should delete this. No, it's not like that. I need a better workflow for this. Yeah, I'm missing some keyframes here for some reason. I've already created them, why they have disappeared. Let's not use this now. Okay, so we can get first this. They expand to the side. They don't need to be so strong, and then as the jaw expands more, then we can have indeed this kind of see. This is already bad for. Yeah, I can use this ghost. It's not the real mesh. No, it is the real mesh. Yes. So now this I need to totally respect this in terms of avoiding intersections. So. Yeah, then we got nest in this. So this is like a stupid reproduction that I already made. I already have the extremes, so it's just then yeah, very easy to get. This is very confusing. Wait. To see, and here I see that also I'm having trouble with this. Yeah, so the bendy bones, they are not really great, right, for this kind of setup, right, folks? So that's just, it's cool, okay, curvature and that, but you know what? So can I avoid what happens to the less? So in the end, what we want is just to have this curvature there, right? So the curvature is inverting, so it's just to like reset this rotation. Let's do this. I think I'm de-inverting twice, so why it is having this crazy duplicate. Okay, because I've reset, of course. So get this and this. If I don't do nothing, this is very subtle. Yeah, we need to have this slight rotation. And this, yeah, so you can already make some slight rotation from here. So this is very little to do regarding these ones. Okay, so could I prevent those? Yes, mostly it seems that now I get these bones and these keyframes and Control C, Control Shift V. No. Oh yes, alright. I need to create keyframes, insert blank keyframes, then reset. Okay. No, I don't want to add this nor this, so just this one. So Control C, yes, okay, then Control Shift V. It just wants to copy from the active. Okay, so then let's select all the bones. Control C, Control Shift D. Oh, okay, needs to have all the bones at once. Finally, alright, so then, okay, this is saved. Let's turn it off, get out of this mode, of this action. Now let's see now what we have here. This looks super complicated, and it's not super complicated, it's just a little complicated. And okay, let's see for, yeah, so this is moving too much, so maybe it's not what we want usually. It's very tempting, so Yeah, so with action bone constraints, it's like we don't have really all that power. There is some interesting automation, but I think it's insufficient for the kind of expressions that I really need regarding those bones. So fortunately there is this other setup. So they would stack, I think that will be fine. So control my mouse side. This seems to be causing some problem now. Maybe this should be before. No. So here I really don't know. Outcurve. These are some other automation. So control outside. So there's a so this is like a subtle automation that for the thick bone, the handle, it doesn't seem to be responding very well. Yeah, this shouldn't be like that. Properly, I cannot have them both working in a very they will soon interact so I have to make a certain decision here which kind of automation I'd like to have. So action bone constraint here is it has this pathing advantage, but it's not really. It's just that I can have the following curvature. So I'm thinking what can be better, what could be made better here. I think my original setup was still optimal, where instead of bendy bones I had just a couple of different bones for each side of the arcade, one of the arcades, and they have tweak bones that were bound to shrink wrapping to the ghost muzzle, except that this time the ghost muzzle started to not respond correctly. So this setup here is making me very frustrated. So I'm gonna make another split here. So arcades, no B-bone, yeah. So how to bring that back? It's very simple. Just it's a waste of time indeed, but to have been to need be doing this all over again once I had something that was working already. No, it wasn't working. Exactly, that's the problem. So I like to reset those the properties. We could leave this connected. why I'm doing this is because why I'm doing this is not what I want. Stretch to how this works. They can stretch. Yeah, there is the stretch to bone constraint. These are easier to make than to maintain. Yeah, so they don't stretch. They have the action bone constraint. So maybe the actions I can still have some, but it's conflicting. So I don't know how to prevent the conflicting. I'll turn that off. Let's look for the other now, the static ghost, which is meant to be this shield that rotates only with the head. Could be a problem, yes, but at least it's static, so maybe it will be better for the posing, right? We're gonna prevent this selections, not for the and here I could try a simple setting. Okay, so you see how this deforms. This could be sufficient, except that I need to disconnect parent here. No, actually clear parent here and just get stretch 2 and stretch 2. Alright. Except that need to remake this. Yeah, like no volume variation, which seems fine. Maybe that's more stable. Try to align this in some way that will make sense. Try to align this with the arcades, their own. This align with this, and then match There we go. So alright, so what we need to prevent is this thing touching. So the only way to prevent this, since I don't have bones in the middle, this is no control here, so I need to try to do something about these bones. So this is why extra bones will be required, but this is very complicated because you see there are little space. If I make the shrink wrap strong here, then maybe, yeah, it will push this back, but then when this is trying to move up, it will be pushed back from or down because of we need to test, right? But if the shrink wrap is working properly, then at least it works, right? So it's better than what I was having before, a behavior that just nothing was working. The geometry of this, so think here will be shield. So you see on the surface, no, we want inside because the mesh here is like this, so it's the inside that I want to be. Strange geometry though. Anyways, maybe I need to re-update it, doesn't matter. So I'm going to, now that it is there, I can lock that. So now you see that it doesn't bypass. This one doesn't have the bone constraint yet. We are still successful to bypass if it goes up, but this is not, yeah, this shouldn't, this, I hope this would not be conflicting. So yeah, because as it reaches the borders, it can really get confused. So distance, so you see this is a huge distance, 0.1 meter, but this kind of thing could already prevent a lot of, but then it starts to move very awkwardly because it needs to be constrained to all the insides. So this can't be a very large number. However, if it is not, it already starts clipping depending on where I want to automate or pose it. So by having just one bone affected by it, even though it's not very precise, at least there is one advantage. Yeah, there is more than one advantage to the previous setup that I had, the original one, is that there will be less interaction that could be very destructive for keyframing between the other bone and the curved surface. So this maybe it's an advantage. Yeah, it's one advantage. The drawback is have less deformed, but then we could make, as you suggested, even a corrective shape key for that, to prevent having extra bone for this. So here let's just Control Shift X, shrink wrap, and so here this could have a different value because it could have a little more, because it's not so much bound to the upper part as the top arcade, and this seems to be good. The problem is that this is a static ghost mesh, and it will respond to the head rotation but not to okay, need to symmetrize those things with everything. Re-symmetrize those, right? Well, something is going weird about this, or just an impression. Yeah, I think it's just a... No, it is... Okay, so this is the behavior that I was telling about. So this is going... Yeah, there is some... Maybe something about the parenting. Yeah, the parenting, of course. Need to parent this to... keep offset and keep offset. I think that now this is fine. Let's see now. Okay, so the arcade is falling perfectly, but then we can still have things going miserably. So the other idea, I will be curious about that. Can we just swap the parent, the target? So this could be an interesting... Okay, maybe we give these different colors. So that we stop having... It's easier to select all that, right? And make changes. So instead of this target, we get this one, the one that is dynamic. So this one would be rendered useless, but we will have this one. However, now the rig is prone to a lot of you see that some arcades there moving. Okay, but I want to test something. For example, if I have this, what if I change the target here. Looks like it is worse with the muzzle shield than is the top one I would bypass, so might be that this one is just better in the end. So without, well, okay, so far they seem to be stable, but I haven't started messing up around, so let's save here. So I need to yeah, let's use the outside. Yeah, so here probably we have some yeah, some horrible stuff happening. Yeah, so this is typical, the kind of this character design. This is why you cannot rely solely on this for this character design. You need to have this kind of jaw, which is change, but it's very delicate. Of course, you don't need all this sort of, and it's very hard to maintain the shapes on, but you see that yeah, I need more automation there. Let's, oh, this is not, this is for the curvature of the belly bone, but this is not. There is no required anymore. I could use a stretch through, right? Yes, hold on folks. Just got this idea, so maybe we can do better. I was an old mindset. Exactly, why not? Okay, so what's this crazy thing there? Probably some bone that I forgot to... Oh, okay, this is just because I deleted the... destructing the rig. So this is because these both constraints here, they mouth. We need to reset this. No. The position. Never mind. So. Okay, because it's here, right? So it's a fake position, right? So I cannot just go there. I need to map it like something like here, right? So so this might be targeted to this, then we get right, it's the same orientation. Yeah, I could start. Okay, it needs to move on z-axis, right? So stretch to the bone on tail, and this will just copy that on head. And reset, right? And so this needs to be as I close this, Oh, it's not this one. It's this one. No, it was correct. Yeah, the parenting goes crazy, so it's too much for this bone. Okay, this other solution seems to have helped, although very eccentric. It's like, imagine this as a knee joint, so there's just a target for the stretch, and that this moves in some. So the advantage of this parenting here is that it's a and can still pose it manually, right? Yeah, I think this is relatively, in the worst case scenario, I could also shrink wrap this bone, isn't it? Yeah, no, this might not work because it's only shrink wraps from the head, right? Well, it could be made special, right? It will be very chaotic. I cannot order it to shrink wrap from its center of geometry of the bone. No geometry for the bone, but so yeah, okay, for example, if I try to pull it, okay, its tail can go, but not its head, so it's not very precise, right? Or I could have a bone that it is parent to, that is be exactly in the center of, yeah, so something like that maybe. And then, I don't know, rotate 90, no, rotate Z90, negative Z, yeah, something like that. And it doesn't really matter, just some structural thing here. So parent this to this. This will be the map shrink wrap. Inner mount, left, arcade top shrink wrap, just like that. It is could be a map too, but mechanism arcades stretch to, and actually, yeah, left. So parent to this, while this one is parented to what? To the head, maybe. The head, yeah, maybe this is safer, right? Then let's say I symmetrize those bones here. These bones, they don't have nothing of interest. I can really reconnect those things to them, so I can simplify this arcades rig. But let's go back here, folks. Don't need the shrink wrap here. Maybe local with parent? No. Okay, so. Oh, this is not moving, right? So we got a problem here. Just bring the transforms to this one, and here we don't need this. Alright, and on top of this, add the shrink wrap muzzle region and out inside and 0 point. Okay, nothing is happening here. Okay, it doesn't move beyond. Okay, this is nice. And now I have, since I have this symmetrization, not symmetrization, let's try to just .1. Just find something that might be sufficient here. We can just change the geometry, but yeah, this is not satisfied. Okay, it keeps not being sufficient because it's pushing not to the direction that I want. So here it's really just repose or change something about the bones themselves, right? How they are placed, right? Yeah, so this is the bone that we need to pick, right? This one is just a bridge. bones now, they are, I think, yeah, because this data we can yeah, it would be a shame to lose all those things, so this one we don't want. The action bone constraint, yeah, I'm gonna keep just because it would be too annoying to give me headache to just think of recovering those things. Need to get better at this one. So copy selected, yeah, copy all that. They will be copied disabled, right? So I don't care. Stretch to usually goes at the end anyways. Then we can change this. We can delete then these bones, simplifying this rig by a lot. We need them out right now. This position, yeah, can so control P, so yeah, it is already there, and this one already there. So we can expand this. Now that I don't have the tricks, I can recover the previous colors. Yeah, there's no trading thing here, so basically top arcade, bottom arcade is this, top arcade is that, and this is red and orange, right? This is so turns out that in the end this other arcade setup is something to be a bit more appealing than what I had. Yeah, it seems more structured after all. Yeah, so yeah, so here still struggling with the, maybe it's the pivot point here that is bad. There's no reason why not to attempt changing it. Alright, so this was, it was very important, but I hope this is not changing. Yeah, this is causing some strange interactions because the mouth stays close. So this is one of the issues of this connection in the rigs, but that the contraption that I made. However, the true thing is that it was more meant for that than for any stuff like that. If I want to open the mouth, then I need to push this, right? And here this is already following a certain yeah, so this is following the arc, a certain arc, right? Actually, the arcade's arc there, and but the lip bone or the thing that are in the face, they are following the arc of the muzzle shape. So this is kind of tricky. Took me a lot of time to find a solution to that, and then apparently this is working and there's no dependency cycle. No, there are some. Maybe this is when I was tweaking. Yeah, gonna save here and load. There's unlikely this will be a current problem because it was working, right? I haven't changed anything to the main rig. It's just an arcade junk there. Yeah, you see, no dependency cycle. So this is super clean for something that I really thought that was impossible. So the big trick here is that the jaw thing, which controls features that are for the muzzle, even that, right? Oh, hold on. This is incorrect. Let's parent this to this structure. Why not? Yeah. Now this is better, right? Much better. All right. So the jaw that controls that we can still tweak this manually if we want, but the jaw which controls those things, it they don't have any parenting relation with the Universal Sonic Mouth rig, not in one way, not in the other way. However, the Universal Sonic Mouth rig here, which consists of this plus the lip bones, essentially, we can, even though we have a shrink wrap bone constraint, we can use the copy transforms custom space. So we are making a fake parent towards there, a fake parent that doesn't create dependency cycle. If I parent this to the jaw immediately, I have tried, that would cause madness. So you see how crazy this is. It's a fake parent that worked for as if it was a parent causing ballistic rotation and on a certain influence. So if I don't want that, even I could, but usually we want that. So, and it wasn't my plan, but serendipity, turns out that by chance I already got this chewing motion that has absolutely, I knew that was an important setup. It's not that I did nothing in relation to it, but it's not a great chewing motion though, but sort of the already set. So why this is so awkward is that there seem to be some proportional posing on different degrees for this regarding for this bone. So this is humanity is involved, and this is also one of them which is not aligned, right, prop 100%. So now with this alignment this will be better, but then it's too much, right? And so because of the shrink wrapping of the mesh, this can cause some issues actually. So there's many imperfections. So in principle, okay, it was on that valve. So in principle, this is not so much for chewing. This is more for this kind of, it's more for retaining the character design as I want to have the mouth go more extreme, although there are some limitations, but for this character, yeah, usually you don't need more than that. Here we see that something about the jaws seems to be a little broken there. And I'm gonna address what's going on. Arcades. Apparently this copy transforms was not strong enough. Maybe. Yeah, I'm still struggling with those intersections. This is something I need to readdress with the... we could try to make some... because these don't hold bone constraints. So I could try to make a split here. So they would work like some sort of joint thing. I'm not sure if that would help, but maybe it will make everything worse, yeah. Because this is kind of stiff, can be dangerous. But in principle, things are working fine. So let's see for my list of tasks what can be. Hold on, folks, here. So I got the to-do list, so I have the... Okay, I haven't done anything on this list, so just retaking it. Yeah, this is a secondary circle. So here, bone parenting vertebrae. This is... I'm about to finish here. This might be the... Okay, we solved basically. Yeah, it was ludicrous the way. Yeah, that's it, folks. There's really. Now I should really. Well, tomorrow, right? When I go back here. Now it's really more a question of getting these mouth shapes. Because the arcade setup. This last one never did something like that. This particular sort of simplification that seems quite useful. I like the the structure. I would just like to, and it's very easy to to solve anything. It's like, well, we want to pose the arcade, but a bit better automation would be nice, and we need to prevent some other things to happen. So there is this thing here. Well, they are already parented, so this thing is like, there's no need for this, right? This was supposed for when we didn't have this so this is like, yeah, I can junk this. And so there's mouse side. Yes, so this is something, but I think it doesn't work because this is about the positioning there of the bone in the origin. So it's like, I don't even know what it will do. It just stretch the some crazy. Yeah, it will displace the bone, and that is probably having a terrible effect on oh yeah, so I could try to shrink wrap this bone as well. Okay, so doing this is like not super, I don't think this is very useful. What could be useful is this one. Trying to follow up, right? So don't want that too, indeed. Maybe, wait, I can probably, let's try to, yeah, I'm gonna select a constraint the select constraint. So I think the action also it's deprecated at this point. So we want to activate this. Let's see what this does. Yeah, maybe we don't want that, right? So this is just some, it can be symmetric, right? So it's not really, doesn't really help solve much. It just creates more stuff that, yeah, so not might not be a good idea. So for now I get this, and this can hold some stretch too, so we're gonna just get back this one, or actually the stretch too to this bone, right? And because I don't like this mobility of these bones, but yeah, it's just gonna be hidden anyway, so it's not important. They could be bendy bones with handles on their positions. This would be very awkward, but maybe this can be a, so it's like I'm not taking care of the handles, but does this change anything for the forms? That doesn't seem to provide any, yeah, it doesn't seem to hold any value for now. So if it was the case, I would think twice, but let's see, what is that I need to do here? The shrink wrap. So I'm gonna use this target here. No, just copy this. So copy selected shrink wrap, and I want to, this is probably too strong, so just 0.01. So it starts to enable to activate it. So let's use this value, and then inside, yes, and then I'm going to do this, and now this one also has got this, and they are not moving. So what that does is that these bones now the arcade bones, they cannot they also have some amount of protection from the shrink wrap, but this can be bad for posing, right? Because we don't have freedom. If I didn't have this, I could do some interesting expressions here. So for example, what would it take for us to, so shrink wrap I cannot do the inverse here, so it's like 0 is the minimum, so it's not so good, and this probably should be the same story. So I'm not sure here, we can turn them on and off on occasions. This might help in some, I don't think this will prevent as much as, but this is still having issues anyways, it's not being perfect. And so that will be the case of retaking just retaking the arcade smash, while it should, now that I've made this change, that should be relevant. What is this mount interior? Oh, it's the bag, right? So this is something that old thing that I never touched anymore to simplify the rig. So this I'm not sure how I'm gonna be doing. It's probably being deformed by some wave paint. Yeah, and oh, it has a lot of wrong stuff also. Strange shape. It's the wave paint, right? So. So there's a way that I found to an alternative if we don't want to connect this mesh, but it can be connected. It's not the end of the world, but we can use shrink wrap in a fancy way, like although it can be, yeah, shrink wrap inside. It can be dangerous. I need a special object for that. It will be a target shrink wrap for the target that also shrink wraps. It was curious when I done, but yeah, it's just too annoying. So unless really necessary. So here, maybe I should just try to leave it like this, or I'm not confident that connecting this mesh will be great, because then it's all about preventing clipping. But okay, what I can do is for now it's not also the end of those, so I can try to merge at last. I don't know what was that. Sound dangerous. Oh, it's some shape key, I guess. No, I'm not using. Yeah, I'm gonna. I have to remake this, I guess. Yeah, this will be there. So let's just lock this for now and. Can we bridge edge loops here? Yes. Jerry Pedro, I don't speak English, but this is really cool. Good job. Thanks, Jerry Pedro. This is Portuguese, I guess. So, welcome to the channel. Thanks for the compliment. So probably you have some experience in trying to rig characters and mount rigging, because Alright, so here, yeah, I'm making a huge experimentation. This is a more in advanced stage already. I'm combining the what is called the universal sonic melt rig setup, which it's somewhat complicated, but it is here. Let's see, it's in Blender artist form. This universal sonic melt rig from Kamal here, this guy, and so he made this documentation, sort of a tutorial. The video, it's short, but it's more about reading and getting the correct ideas here, which is very challenging. But if the character design matches, then you can, this is simpler. My case is that much harder because, well, it's a different character and there are sharper angles in some faces. There's something else that I want volume to the lips, so there's a lot of differences, but essentially the main ideas remain the same nonetheless, which is that, oh yeah, there's also, because of this sharp, I need to make a specific setup for the rotation of the, so as the rotation of the jaw here, of the whole thing on the, so I needed to create this jaw motion that leads the universal sonic melt rig in a way that is not there, but I found a way to make it with not parenting but bone constraining this melt positioning bone, which is typical to the universal sonic melt rig, into this jaw, which doesn't exist there. And also I have a different rig for the arcades, in which there are some automation and some other stuff here. The automation would be this one, where it's not finished, but it's already, I've been doing many versions of this kind of automation. There are many ways to achieve it, but here you see that I can move either only the lips or perhaps only the arcades, or even the lips and the arcades. So there are some hierarchy, there are some failures that are a bit persistent, but it can be much worse. So currently I'd say this is like, it's not 100% animatable, but it is nearly, like, we could say this is 70% animatable, because we can get already enough good expressions without too much artifacts. And if there are any artifacts, it's not too hard to, but this will be still bad, right, for animation. So I need to retake and the lips wave painting, and there are some areas here which are suffering a little because of this. Maybe the mesh, I need to reposition it. So yeah, there's a lot of things going on. And where I was doing this next thing was the, oh yeah, this melt interior thing. Yeah, I was trying to connect this. Not sure that will work for Not sure what will be the best approach here. I mean, if this thing is a separate mesh or just connected. For now, it's just connected. And here apparently I have an extra let's just make some work here. Hide that. Now try to centralize this. GG. No proportional editing. No, there wasn't proportional. Okay, so here we need to make the connection, and then there might be another thing remaining here. Merge at last. So this one, these two goes straight. GG. Let's try to smooth this out. Yeah, this need to move up here. Try to get some alignments. This GG here. This will be something like those faces are upwards. Oh yes, I see what was wrong. Can dissolve that. Again, I'm missing something. One, two, three, four. Yes, just something very stupid. I just can't figure out. Oh yes, there you go. These faces here. So this is a side one. This is the only side one. All the others should connect like here. The positioning of the geometry was confusing me, and now we got this. Oh yeah, I need to disconnect here, of course. This still wants to go like here. The wall here and okay, just finally about to finish. Okay, let's see if that makes any sense now. Yes, it does. There's no deforms in here. It's like there'll be a lot of intersection inside, but I think that in the end this will be workable. Still limited to the way the arcade bones are shrink wrapping. Alright, so Alright, so let's just look at the mouth interior. It seems to be fine. Let's see with the tongue, which needs some retake. Okay, that seems to be working fine. Then if we get the eyes and everything, then we got some yeah, the shading is still work in progress, and there is rig for the whole body. So here this is not gonna be good for posing, right? No, it won't. And there is what's happening there? Apparently some bone that in the head that oh yes, this thing is not, it's very important to test those things. So apparently there's just some, because I've parent this and took all the waves from this mesh, so at least I should give it to assign to the head mesh. At deform, assign this with 1 to, well, could be just 0.1. It will be equivalent as 100. I hope that mesh is not taking okay, so I have still some issues, terrible issues. Let's try some bones again, or yeah, something incorrect about the setup. Oh, I see the nose are staying in place. This is also parent of this. The head, right? So it's more about lost the parent. And this lost the parent, okay. The thick bones. Def 1 head, hold out. Good. So I think that now this solved the problem. There are some glitches in here, just I think a question of reparenting this. I nearly deleted the wave paint of the body, that would be tragical, so it's 63 is a backup sort of. So now I need the cloth selection, delete all groups, armature rest position, select double, transfer waves, nearest no, create data, yes, nearest face interpolated, active layers by name, all layers, that should be it. Now go back here. Alright, this is working. Yeah, some automators here are not good. Yeah, we can easily fix that. Probably these ones. Yeah, this is an inversion. This is sort of crazy setup that I made here. Just to preserve a parent relation. There might be a better way to do this. So yeah, I cannot find a solution right now for this. And anyways, we got enough stuff going on for today. So folks, I think that is it for now. Tomorrow I'll be back, don't worry. I'll have this stream every night in this weekdays now, usually about that time, 9-10 o'clock, something like that will be my preferred timing. Maybe that will change in the future, we'll see what will be better, and maybe make some variations on occasions to allow more diversity of visitors, because not everyone can on certain times. So that's it. The universal sonic mouth rigging is very interesting, very complicated if we work on different models, right? Trying to implement our own setups on top of that. But yeah, it is very intriguing and can do a lot of stuff. For me, for armature deformed things, the only thing that is worth for maybe some other anime mount rigging setups or other cartoony things, but in principle the next thing that I would do for mount rigging, beside of that, another approach is the add-on that you can find in, I have to test it yet, it is in the Blender repository thing, extension Blender platform. that this? Yes, it is this. So there is a lot of extensions here that you can download, and one of them that I have to record is something about geometry nodes, but it's very hard to find searching like that. It's that Blender Studio animated short with a dog character with some big mouth, or better if I Blender.org. It was on a splash screen recently. This well, but it's just the features. Isn't there the name of this? Okay, so basically there are I don't know, rigging. The problem is that the names here are not accurate for finding this, so I can never just find like this. So yeah, mouth. It's like it looks like it's in another dimension. Yeah, sorry folks. So but this is an add-on that is somewhere here, and it's not sprite fright. Yeah, so then you need to find it. Nah, never mind. So sorry folks, I just, it's something really bizarre, just not never appears. So thanks for watching folks, take care, happy blending, see you tomorrow on another way, feel free to be around, and that's it folks, enjoy.